Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're back. Smell the glove. Live. Hashtag job done today. Job done. Amazing job done. I thought it was going to be a little easier. I thought we were going to score 10 or 12, but alas, we scored 3, which was enough to go through. Hashtag job done. Anyway, enough about that. With me, my fellow New Jerseyite. How are we, Rev? What is it? Are we New Jerseyan, New Jerseyite? What are we?
New Jersey and all the way. Hail, hail.
Rev, live, back from Philadelphia?
Back, fully recovered, ready to go. Can't wait for the next one. My favorite time of the year.
So, you did how many question? I'll do it over and under for you. Over and under 4 days, 3.5 days curled up in a ball, wishing your liver would stop hurting.
Surprisingly under. Like, it's, yeah. Like, it's one of those, like, you wake up the next morning and you're like, I feel good and that scares me.
Ooh. It did.
Like, I should feel pain and I don't, and, like, that almost makes me want to go to the hospital because I should feel pain.
One of those days. Nice.
Right.
So, place is packed out. I had videos coming in and out, and good stuff the entire time. You get to see everybody, people from all over the world, right?
Oh yeah, lots of familiar faces. You know, got to see a lot of old friends, made some new friends. You know, it's funny. I always thought I was a good I have a good memory, and remember maybe not the best with names, but I know faces. But it's something about like Celtic related stuff that I'm terrible with faces, and I just have to because I'm kind of like socially awkward sometimes, so I just have to like play it along and shit. So I apologize to anybody that if you're listening now, because I'd be like, oh hey, I remember you from a couple years ago. I'm just like, oh hey, what's up? And I'm just like 2 minutes later, I'm just like no idea who that person was. But no, like, and I'm sure that I totally did meet a lot of people before, like, but yeah, it's something about Celtic because there are so many people that come like to the Phala and everything, that you're always meeting new people and you're always drinking with people or outside like smoking with people and talking with people. And people local, people from Philly, from New York, there's people from other CSCs in the US, people coming from Ireland, from Scotland and everything.
Hawaii.
From Hawaii. And it's just like
up from all over South America to New York City, finally showed up again.
Yeah, and okay, keeps the point. He's one of them. I'm like, I know him, but I didn't remember him. But I know him. Like, I know everyone else knows him too. And then I'm like, wait, this is him, right?
It is him.
Because he's talking to me like, oh hey, what's up? And I'm just like, I think this is him. I'm pretty sure this is him. Like I had to like confirm it with Paulie. I'm like, this is him, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. But it's like, yeah, I'm just like, fuck. But no, yeah, so it's just like it's reconnecting with people, and hopefully like, next year I'll be like, oh yes, okay, I do remember everybody.
Yeah, you just gotta ask him something. Listen, the only guy who's really gonna answer you back in Spanish is gonna be him, I assume. So he'd be the first person.
No, actually, there were I forget what song it was. Dodzy was playing one song and he like kind of stops in the middle and like everyone shouts out like where they came from and shit. Represent like your CSCs and stuff. It's like wagon goes like rolling, some shit like that. And so it's just like, everyone's like shouting, where they come from, whatever. And at like the very end, like one kid, jumps out and he's in hoops and everything. And he's just like, Venezuela, and everyone's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Really?
So, yeah. So I don't know if he came directly from Venezuela for this, which that would be fucking crazy, or if he's just from Venezuela originally, and now he's like living in Philly or something like that, and he's just a Celtic fan. I wanted to try to catch him before the night was over, and I couldn't find him after that. You know, it was fucking packed. That was Friday night. But yeah, no. So there's a Celtic fan from Venezuela, you know, that was mixing about in Philly that weekend.
It's really cool because that's without having to go, you know, all the way out to Vegas for you know, in that kind of situation. It's small, compact, but it's crazy. I was unfortunately I didn't get a chance to go, so I was actually working in down in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and it just the amount of videos and messages of people going, "Why aren't you here? I hate you." It was like that was nice. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I guess I'll call it love. But it looked like it was a lot of fun. And anyway, so I'm at dinner one night and I'm explaining this to a couple of friends of mine, and they're like, "So let me get this straight. You get people that come away, like they fly hours and hours and hours away from the stadium to go watch it on TV, but the game's not on TV, right? So you're watching it online, but they're flying to a bar in Philadelphia when they live next to the stadium. So let me get, is that correct?" I'm like, yeah. I don't understand that. Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. I get it. And they're like, "And you want to be there?" And I'm like, "Yes, you don't understand. I want to be there." And it kind of sucks. So I wish I was there. The Plowboys do a great job, and I know Seamus who does a lot of the legwork, and the rest of the guys up there. I wish I was there. It would have been great to go ahead and see those guys and do that. And I'm glad you at least got to represent us, because I know Chris was bummed he couldn't get out of work, and then Paul had a bunch of guys pull out on the last minute. So Rev is holding up the Smell the Glove banner.
We should have a banner. We should have something to, physically plant and hang at one of these. Yeah.
STGCSE. That's a good one. Let's do that. I'll look into making some of those. Maybe we should make some stickers too. Anyway, so we've been I hate to say this, and we just got I posted that we were going to be on, and then Bri, of course, had to be the first one to go ahead and comment back to us saying, "It's about time you part-timers." So we put it out there. I was like, has it been that long? And I looked, it had been a month since we done a show. So anyway, obviously Legends in our spare time, I believe is the way the saying goes. But we've had a couple games. We had a Killy loss, which was a little odd. And then today's game, 3 goals from Wee Jamesy. I don't know. I can't call him Jim. I can't call him James. I have to call him Wee Jamesy. I don't know about you, since he's been playing since he was 12. Yeah, that I've seen him playing, right? Forrest hat trick. Did you know that was his first hat trick ever for Celtic?
I figured it had to be, because I was trying to think about that, and I really couldn't remember one. I'm pretty sure he scored a couple braces before, but yeah, no, I couldn't picture any hat tricks before, so yeah, that felt right.
I saw that, yeah. Some injuries last week kind of left some people out today. So Boyata was out, and that's not good. And Griff's out with a hamstring, and he won't be back. So Boyata maybe back for the second leg against Zenit, which is next Thursday at home. But all that together, the window goes by. We end up with Compare, which we haven't seen yet, and Jack Hendry. What'd you think of him playing against Killy the other day? Nothing then.
I need
nothing last week.
More.
Really, nothing this week, right? Anything?
Did he play this week?
He played this day. Yeah. Is that the Benadryl? You sleeping?
Yeah, I would say I'm. No. Was it him? I thought Ayer played. Honestly,
no, Ayer played too. Yeah, Ayer played too. He had a little Achilles thing. They took him out more precaution than anything else. But
Oh, okay. I guess I honestly did miss that. I was dozy in the second half then. And being awake 2 hours before, such an early kickoff, taking me to the airport. Let me know.
To the airport.
Okay. Yeah. No. Then okay. Yeah. No. I need to see more. Like I'm sure he'll be be decent, but kind of goes to the point. Like they released the financial stuff.
Oh yeah.
Earlier this week, and 31 million in the bank. That's great. And everyone's kind of fawning over that, and yeah, that's cool, and we should be, but let's do something with it.
Whoa. We've let you listen. I saw some numbers before you go any further. You realize they have not sold a player of any consequence in 18 months, right? So we haven't sold anybody since Ronnie Dyla left. How about this for a number? And I was wondering. It's like where's the everyone wants to know where's the money. The football expenditures when Ronnie Dyla was in charge of the team was £20 million. Under Brendan Rodgers, it's 41 million.
So that's including like weekly wages and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I know that we're doing signings, but I mean don't see Hendry being.
Yeah, but the question becomes if you don't want to sell your play, if you want people to you want to keep people, you have to pay them more.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're wondering like where's 30 million? Well, you've already upped it 20 million in wages. Which I did not know.
I wouldn't mind letting someone of consequence going if it meant we brought in someone a little better.
Rev.
Rev.
I love you, man. I do. I love you. But we both know ain't gonna happen.
No, I know. I know.
Ain't gonna happen.
But, like, it just. I mean, okay, no one was seeing the Gordon injury coming.
Yeah. But you're not gonna put a 13 million pound goalkeeper behind Gordon, are you? No.
No, but I don't know how professional team, and I don't mean just Celtic, but I'm talking like all teams. I don't know how if they kind of always have their eyes, looking at all times at all positions, or just positions they need or something like that. But the way I was thinking about it, after the fact, granted, not even before, but it's like, okay, Gordon's like 30, 35, 36, so he doesn't have too much time left anyway, so they should probably be looking at a replacement to begin with. So they probably should have had a couple names, already maybe not serious, to replace him at that moment, but hey, maybe we should kind of have a little, check these guys out list. And then it's like, oh, he went down. How far along are we with, seeing if these guys are actually any quality? Can we bring them in? Have we assessed them enough to see if they're worth, going after?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. And maybe they do operate like that and they have not been assessed yet. I don't know. It was just, like I said, just a thought that I had. Or maybe they do have that list and people have been assessed and they are not of quality. Or maybe it was just a total shit show of just like, oh, fuck, what do we do? And they were completely caught off guard. I don't know. But that's what it felt like. Like I said, nobody really knows how things operate behind the scenes like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's like, brought in, another keeper who,
they wanted
whatever.
Him for a while,
nobody really.
They wanted Scott Bain for a while. They've wanted Scott Bain. They've approached him before in the past. And plus, don't forget, Scott Bain's only 26.
Right. it's like, yeah, well, let's see what he's got. You know, let's.
But when it comes, let me ask you this: when it comes to Doris DeVries, is he the most snake bit unlucky goalkeeper you've ever seen?
He's up there, yeah.
Unlucky. If you think back to the last game when he was playing regularly, right, and he came in, the last game I saw, like I was actually at that game. Remember, he gave up that really odd 35-yard bomb against Killy, the guy the guy they sold, and the guy floated it over his head, and then they said he hurt his chest, and then Gordon came back in. They're losing 1-0 at Killy. Last year.
And then Gordon played
Gordon never came back out again. Yeah. Okay, I was actually at that game, sitting in 111. The ball goes over. Couldn't believe the ball went up and dipped underneath them. I mean, come on, that was a worldie. Got it. He plays a couple of things here and there. Gordon gets hurt or comes in, plays a couple, whatever. I'm not going to count that because he wasn't. Now he comes in, he's playing again. Okay, he plays his first goal against Hearts, right? Is that cunt Lafferty, who gets a gift from Boyata, and he's got no shot. That's the goal he gives up against Hearts. Okay, fine.
Right.
And then last week, that guy from St. Johnston, right? No, Killy. No, St. Johnston. St. Johnston gets behind him. Gets behind whatchamacallit. Gets behind Baton. No one says a word. No one knows he's there. And back post, Malumbu or Yalumbu or whatever his name is, Malumbu or whatever, he knocks the ball in the net. The guy has no chance at that one. Okay? Then, today, the first goal is a gift from Jozo. No chance on that one either. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The second goal, another, he's had the 3 or 4 of this goal. No shot at any of these. No shot. I just either a worldie or 2 absolute gifts. You know what I mean? It is just the weirdest thing, man. It really is. It's weird to see, and I'm hoping that it doesn't end up being the name of the game for him in the long term, because that's being unlucky like that is starting to statistically be weird. That many times, balls given away in front of him. It's like, whoa.
Right.
And his passing is only slightly better than Gordon's, by the way.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. Like, and that with the center backs in front of him, don't help him out any, much
they're not making
either.
easy on him either. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of center backs, what do you think of the way Hendry played against St. John's last week, and not to get a game this week, by the way? I don't even think Hendry didn't make the bench today, did he? I don't think so.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like, I kind of need to see more of him before I can really make an opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he'll be fine, but whatever. Yeah, no, I need to see more of him before I can really think. Like,
let me ask you a question.
When's Comper coming back?
What'd you say?
Can he be the shot? When Compare
can't play in Europe, but I think he's back in training. From what I
understand. Right.
Yeah. How about this?
Okay. No, yeah, I forgot.
I didn't know. I must have missed this today. But today's Celtic bench included a very familiar name.
Who's that?
Tom Rogic.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Hello, Tom. We've missed you.
Really.
Oh, smooth as silk one. Calvin Miller, Scott Bain, Tom Rogic, and Christian Gamboa. None of them got in the game. Oddson, Edouard, Colin McGregor, and Kawasi did. Interesting. And Rogic was back on the bench. Amazeball. I did not know that. So I thought, I know I didn't see what's his face on the bench today, Hendry. But I'm curious as to why that was, because I thought he played relatively well as he could. He's not necessarily fast because he got left for dead by that left back, but from St. Johnston. But Anyway, so Killy lost Hendry. Waiting to see a couple people. Masanda, I mean, obviously he's gonna need some time to get set in. Do you think he's a little lightweight right now? Like not as strong as he's gonna need to be to play in Scotland at this point in time?
Yeah, probably. He does look like especially if he's gonna be I thought he was a winger and he was playing like center, like an attacking mid too.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, great.
Exactly. I think it's what's interesting though? Let me ask you this. After today, Dembele's getting some grief about kind of being slightly invisible today. Is that fair?
Right, I saw that.
Is that fair?
It can be, but that all depends on.
Let me put this. Let me change before you go any further. I'm not saying it's not an accurate description of today, but is it a fair assessment? Is it fair to him?
Like how things actually have been, is it fair?
Yeah. Is it fair? I mean, is it fair because he doesn't have a true number 10 in there dropping balls around? Not a 10, a 9 in there playing back behind them. A creative player, Armstrong or Rogic or someone like that to be able to play the cute ball through to get him some space and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, because there's other players that can get him the ball, and he can. In the past, he's been one to snatch the ball himself and kind of do some tricky things with it. Drag it up himself. Not so much like Griffiths, where he can kind of play onto the ball and just run with it. But he can kind of take it and go. You got like Sinclair likes to cut in, from the left, cut into the middle, and he could give him a pass. But when was it? Am I thinking back in Europe still? Or was it? I forget. It was going back a little bit, maybe only to January. Or even to December, I forget. But they're, going back a few games at least. He was isolated, and I remember people were giving him, some stick, and I remember thinking like, okay, yeah, there's nobody in the midfield, that that's giving him any balls to play onto, and it's just the defense punting it upfield.
Yeah.
And hoping that he gets onto it. So that's unfair, to really, he's just an island unto himself.
But that's how that usually we don't have that problem. That's just what happens in Europe. But that's been the case the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? It's the last two games have been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's why I'm asking. I mean, is it the reason why I ask is it an accurate description, but is it fair? Accurate meaning has he been invisible? Well, obviously, yes, he has been. Okay.
Yeah.
And no different from last week against St. Johnston, when Rogic was not Rogic. Listen, last week against St. Johnston, when Forrest was basically invisible. I mean, yeah, it's true, but is it may be accurate, but it's definitely not a fair assessment of his play. I mean, if the ball never gets over that way, or the only thing they can do at this point in time, because they pass, they're pressing, Brendan's team up higher on the pitch, and they lump it forward, and you're the only one jumping for the ball, or they never let you get into space like last week with Forrest, never let him get into space to be able to get any use his speed. And I mean, they from the pictures I saw, I don't know if that's true or real or not, but they kind of narrowed the pitch down so they wouldn't give narrowed it and shortened it so they wouldn't give the Celtic team the advantage in speed. So you put all these things together, and yeah, he may have been invisible today. That may be fair, but it definitely isn't. It may be accurate, but it really isn't fair to how he's played. And he scored some goals, and he had to say. In fact, I mean, if it wasn't for a decent block, I mean, he'd have scored the first goal, not Forrest, right? Today.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I try to look at too. Of not only like, okay, they're not, they might not be putting the ball in, obviously, and I mean, this is kind of like, 101 type shit, but like, how are they actually like trying? What's their follow up, And it looked like he was really kind of trying on it. Yeah. Because that was blocked, and then he went, he went, kind of for like the follow through, like he chased the ball down right after that, and like, went for like another shot or whatever, and then it was after that deflection that Forrest went in, and he got onto that ball for the first goal. So like he's still there, he's still trying. It's not like he's totally like playing with his head down and just totally disengaged. So that's he's there. He's active. He's involved. It's just like his style of play. I guess you really need somebody in the midfield there to give him the ball to play onto.
Mm-hmm.
Make that that through pass, right? That short pass right there, not something. Make him like run from like the center line or something like that. Because he, and I've noticed that too, and I don't know if that's a symptom of late because he's frustrated or whatever the case, but he does seem to go down pretty easily lately. I don't know if I've just noticed it, or I don't know. What's your take on that? Going back to like January or late December.
Give me an example. What do you mean by going down easy?
Like looking for the call. Like going for not diving, but treading the line there.
I think, I'm going to go ahead and say that can it be going down easy? Man, I'll tell you what, that's how about this? Going down isn't. I'm gonna hate saying this because I'm gonna mimic somebody and I agree with them to a certain extent. There's a guy on the ESPN FC who's on with Burley. He's Colombian, I think, or is he Mexican? I forget. Anyway, Hispanic guy. Anyway, he basically says that going down without contact is cheating, and that needs to stop. But if someone touches me, I'm allowed to go down. And the reason why I say that I don't really, have a problem with that is mainly because in most situations, these guys are running at speed. Touch me, I'm going down. So saying that he's going down kind of slow, going down easy.
I gotcha.
That's the thing that I look at and I go. I look at it and I go, well, kind of maybe. That would be a situation where it's a touch and go thing. But as far as like going down with no contact at all and doing that, I'm more, I'll put it this way, I'm more bothered by somebody who goes down and then throws his hands on the ground and starts crying and complaining like he took his toys away, a.k.a. James Forrest 3 years ago.
Right.
Now, you didn't get it, pick it up, move on.
Like I don't See, and the reason I bring it up is because I don't remember him last year really being like that. And then this year, I feel like there's been a change. I don't know if that's just me personally, that I had a blind eye to it, and I'm only noticing it now, or he actually did have a market change, and, that's why I'm noticing it. So that's why I'm not sure, and I wanted to ask and see, if there actually has been a change. Like, if he has become frustrated and thus he's changed that aspect of his play in order to, and this is going to sound worse than I mean it, like, gain an advantage that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like because no, I'm not thinking he's diving or flopping or embellishing like that. But was it the Hun game? I think it was raining and stuff, and he just could not stay on his feet. Period. Like it was like a slip and slide out there for him.
Right.
So, and that was like one of the first games, and I'm just like, geez, he's not, like he's got, soap shoes on or something. I'm like, he just can't stay on his 2 feet like a baby deer. But then, and then like even since then, it's just like, okay, now he's actually like, getting like little touches from somebody and going down. But no, I don't know.
It's a tough one, man. If you go down and no one's touched you, then that's a different issue.
Right.
So that one, I'll be like, yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
But on the flip side, that's a tough one, man. I just. I
guess also at the same time, because, looking at his, striker counterpart, Griffiths, who he's just gonna, like a brick wall, run through anybody, he's not gonna really take any shit. So it's just that kind of dichotomy, really, that maybe makes it look that much worse. Right. But then, compare that even to Charlie, and it's just like, man, he's gonna have a tough time acclimating. He's just gonna get kicked.
He's gonna get beat up a little bit. He is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and that's what unfortunately, that's what he's gonna get. He's gonna get his little bit and go from there. But anyway, so but as far as everything else goes, I mean, were you kind of worried today watching today's game?
No, not really. I had that, like, after that first goal, it's just like, what was Jozo looking at? What did he see, not see? Where was his brain? And it's like, okay, that's one goal. And then, like, then they got the second goal, and it's just like, all right, like, not really still any worry, but just had that kind of tiny little voice in the back of my head, like there's that slight chance that, like, 89th minute, just some dumb luck, stupid fuck up might happen, but not really any, major scared, worried, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't have even gotten there. It should have been, whatever, 20 minutes, 10 minutes even, actually, like, game should have been over.
Yeah, but it wasn't. So, interesting. Yeah, with that one. And then I did. Let me ask you this. So there's been a lot of conversation about going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with all the passing back and forth. why is it okay for Celtic to pass the ball back and forth, and score a goal? A pass. Connect 24 or 30 passes together. Oh, that's total football. And then the next question is, well, they do it 25 or 30 times, and now it's too many, and they don't score this time, and now that's bad. Explain it to me.
No, yeah, I guess it's like that. It's just blue balls, If there's no payoff at the end of it, then it's just super frustrating. If you do it and you score, it's brilliant, and it's just like, oh, it's so dominating, and the team couldn't even touch the ball, and look at you, you're so masterful and skillful. But then if you can't do it, if you don't score at the end of it, then it's just like, oh my God, you did all that for what? And you wasted it. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It's like, oh, this is so good. Like if Barcelona, this would be awesome. Well, Barcelona, I mean, obviously they're not Barcelona. I get it. But if Barcelona had passed the ball 24 times and scored a goal, everyone would think that's awesome. And that's true. They would. And Celtic does that every now and then, Or the first goal the other day. Would that be something that the other day when they scored before it was who didn't even score? Touch the ball? Partick? Was that no? And then the Brecon City didn't touch the ball.
No,
we were out 1-0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really unfair. You can't have it all. You know what I mean? And
right.
I think what you're seeing right now, and Alistair Jacket in the chat rooms kind of asking the question. This is kind of where I'm going with it. Thanks, Alistair, for basically bringing me to the point. You get to the point where you just say to yourself, okay, let's just assume last year was an anomaly.
Yeah.
Let's just assume. How are you going to improve? What are you're not going to draw next year? I mean, does that make sense?
Well, I think this is what you mean, but okay, so after we lost to Hearts, and I was, I don't want to say devastated, but I was kind of fucking furious, especially that it, had to be Hearts and fucking Kyle Lafferty and stupid dumb Hunt.
Yes. Agreed.
But once I got over it and everything, then I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do 71 games now. Or whatever. We're gonna
exactly.
We got the same plan.
Keep going.
We're gonna do it again.
Keep going.
There's no reason why we can't do it again and break that fucking record again. And then it's just like, okay, we're really not doing so great. Our form didn't really, pick up or anything. Oh, and then we get the winter break. They go to Dubai, and then they're it's drawn to last year, and it's like, oh, that's what they needed last winter, and that was a really big pick-me-up that got them going for the rest of the year, second half of last season, to finish strong. So then they came back, and, all right, they, took over Brecon City pretty easily, but then it's still not totally super domineering, but we're also really hit with some pretty serious injuries, at least to important players. And then, slammed with 5 games in 15 days too. So it's we had a month off after having a shit ton of games in a 2-month period, but it was kind of wasted because now all of a sudden, boom, we have a whole bunch of games back to back. Which hopefully I don't know the schedule coming right after this. I know we have our next game is Zenit.
And then a couple games, yeah.
But
Zenit again.
Yeah, but it's
Zenit again, yeah.
Yeah, so we're still kind of, we just did 5 games. Last Saturday, I think, was the 5th game in 2 weeks' time or something like that. And then we finally had a full week's break. Right. And then, and then between a game, and then now we're doing like a bunch of games back to back again. But I mean, hopefully they'll be able to push through it. But I mean, this is what happens when you have, you're in all competitions. And not to like, not to beat a dead horse, but that kind of goes back to we got the money when we kind of need the depth. I mean, like I said, we do have important players injured for a long time, but we need the depth to carry through that.
Yeah, so we get St. Johnston at home in between the two next Sunday. So the question you say depth and numbers and numbers of games. If you go back and you look, and Rev, you and I are going to know this, and I'll try to explain this from the American point of view. If you look through Derek Jeter's lifetime career, okay, he played 18, 19 seasons, whatever it was. And you look at his career. Was it 19? Was it 20 seasons? 19 seasons? Is that whatever it's 80, something like that, right? 18, 19?
95 was his first, I think.
Something like that. So 18, 17, 18, 19, something like that. If you go back and you look at his postseason record, and baseball is 162 games season, right? He played 159 postseason games. So in addition to every season, he played an additional year of baseball across those seasons. Right. If you look at the average, what a team plays games per year, Celtic has played that already this year, 40-some games.
Yeah. Before the winter break, they played like the 38 games, which is the entire an SPFL.
The entire Premier League is 38 games. And if you add, let's say you lose in the first round of 2 cups, you're playing 40 games.
Yeah.
They've already played that for the lower Premier League team. So these guys are playing a lot of games, and I think there's some of that to burn out and there's some of that to expect teams to get better. And Alistair said some fans think that Rodgers has lost it. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Do you really think Rodgers has lost it, or do you think that the ability to be human finally caught up with these guys?
Oh yeah, definitely the latter for sure. I mean that.
That is beyond crazy. To think he's lost is beyond crazy. He's playing a full, basically the last 2-3 months without any of his skilled players.
Right.
To play in the hole behind striker. He's played most of the season with Griffiths in and out. He played the beginning of the season with DeBelly not there. He's, you know what I mean? He's had to chop and change. I mean, and you could say that, well, that's proof he should have had more players. They've already played out an extra $20 million in wages compared to what they would have done before. So it isn't just, and I know Alistair, I know he's saying it's not me that thinks that. I know he doesn't. I'm with you, bro. I get that. Using his comment as the statement. But the issue of what they have and the team that works and the team that they have in front of them and everything they're doing, I mean, I'm not upset. I mean, you're up by 8 points. You're 3 games away from getting a double treble. I mean, would you? I'll put it this way, Rev. Let me put it this way. Do you think this treble would be more impressive or important to you than last year?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's apples to oranges to me because last year we did it without losing a single domestic game. If we get the treble this year, it would be just a back-to-back treble. With really just the only caveat of being, a double treble, which that's what would be the impressive part. It's just it's a treble. That's kind of it, and it's just that it's following another one. So I mean, yeah, they're like, not to like make that sound like that's not impressive, but it's like that's like, oh, that's all that that's special about it. But that is special. So it's kind of hard to really
It is tough, isn't it?
to really say. Yeah.
You know what? I'm beginning to believe, like, last year, were there major injuries last year? You know?
I don't remember.
Not to the point
I'm sure there were.
We have all these.
Not multi-month, yeah. I want to say Griffiths was probably out for a while.
He was out. He was out for a while last year. But the question becomes: is it that crazy that people really believe? I don't know. I don't know how in the world to
I think it's just the fact that we're not at the level that we were last year, and people are expecting us to be, and because we're not, people are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, well, I'm going to answer my.
I kind of am too. Good.
I'm going to say this year to me, even though it's not quote unquote not the how can you say this, not the it's, even though it's not the how can I say this? Even though it's not an invincible season, I would honestly say that this may be more meaningful and more satisfying because of the trials and tribulations this team has gone through. And knowing that the pressure of what they're trying to get accomplished is greater than it has been going into the season on the back of an undefeated domestic season.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I would say that to be even more. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. It just means, I think to these guys it would mean more knowing that they were able to keep a level that everyone knows is impossible. They're not going. We can do. What they have last year? 7, 8, 9 draws. They're gonna go 100% in the league. It's never gonna happen.
Right.
Never gonna happen. That's why it hadn't happened in 100 years.
Right.
So I would go with this. This one may be more special. This team is more. It may be more flawed. The team. Plus, don't forget. You give professional coaches a year to study how Celtic plays. Hey, Rev, let me ask you this from a baseball standpoint. The middle inning reliever usually doesn't get through the second rotation of the batting order, right?
No.
Why?
They're either coming in a dangerous situation and they're just there for that situation and then they're gone, or they've already been found out, I guess, like exactly. They're whatever.
The hitters figured them out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The hitters figured them out. Exactly. They figured them out. So, of course you can get figured out. You're gonna have an off day. You're gonna have an off day, and that happened against Hearts, and you get to a situation, and I don't want to say that the St. Johnstone game was an off day, as much as I want to say that those two injuries at the very beginning, where he had to make 4 substitutions in the first half, limited Brendan's ability to go ahead and change the game later with substitutions that he could have made in the 50th and 60th minute. So I'm more along that. So
like I look at the table and I see, yeah, we're like 8 points up or whatever.
Okay,
And
so,
I kind of,
Alistair says 4 draws last year we had. So we dropped 8 points last year.
yeah, I was saying, I didn't think, yeah, it was 7, 8, 9, but okay, I actually didn't think it was as few as 4 either. I thought it was only like 5 or so, 6, 4. But okay. So like, you know, I look at the table and I see, yeah, we're like 8 points ahead, and you know, last year we were like, what, 20 at this point or something like that, and it's like, you know, I'm not saying I'm like freaking out, but I'm just, you know, also not, you know, I don't feel as comfortable as I did last year. You know, everybody was singing, you know, Champione in October.
Yeah. I get that. Let me ask you this. Go back to this time at the end of Ronnie Dyler when you needed Rogic on against Killy from 28 yards.
Right.
Give me the difference in how you feel compared to that. Are you more secure about today than you were when in Ronnie's last year?
For the most part, yeah. Like I'm not worried. Don't get me wrong.
No, I get it.
But you know, it's not. I'm not 100%. I'm like 95% versus 100%.
Are you 95% about the league?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because all it takes is like 2 fuck ups, and I think it's possible that, but not by quality fault of the team, really, if that makes sense, but because of our injuries and everything like that, like, you know, that's what I'm kind of worried about, because Gordon's out and done for the season, you know, because it's, you know, we have all these injuries compounding and everything like that, and we're really starting to kind of bog down now. I mean, yeah, now players are starting to come back and everything, and that's good. Let me put it like this. I'd rather sacrifice easily, and I don't really think it's that controversial of a statement, really, but I'd rather sacrifice the cup for the league, if it gets down to it.
Yeah. That part I get. But there's no way in the world. Us giving 2 fuck ups means Aberdeen's not losing the rest of the season. And even then, aren't we 8 points up?
But then, right? So yeah, so 8 points. You know, so let's say we drop, you know, drop 2 games on days that Aberdeen wins. So then that's only up 2 points. Now everybody gets in their own head, you know, and that's only. Am I overthinking it?
I gotta say this. I'm gonna read it just as it's typed out. In the only way Alistair Jack could actually type this out. Rev, you're mad, mate. I will cut off my balls if we lose this league.
Wait, what?
Cut off his balls if we lose the league. Alistair, I'm right there with you, my friend. I'm right there with you. I think Rev is fallen and hit his head, and now he's kind of like whacked out. But there's no way in the world we lose this league. If you're going to tell me that we're going to have an off day or could have had a fuck up and lose a game depending on how the draw comes out, and we lose a cup game, then fine, I'll go ahead and I'll buy that. 5 cups out of 6, great deal, no problem. There's no way in the world. If I am, last year I was 101% sure. This year I am 100% sure. Against Killy, until Roger hit that ball, and I was 90% sure. Last year, Ronnie. And until he took that shot, I was probably 50% sure. Then when the ball went in, I was 90% sure. How about that? But there's no way. No, there's no way. There's no way in the world. Not with all these players coming back before the season's end. The season ends up. There's no way in the world these guys are going to be. No way. And I'm with Alistair. I'm not even going to hold you to that. Hopefully, we don't have to cut off his balls. But you know, I don't. There's no way in the world. No way. But anyway, so here's one more thing. So Jamie in the chat room says that that he thinks a lot of this as far as Celtic fans go, it has a lot to do with a lot of the negative stories in the press, and the Celtic fans in social media kind of play into that. You think that has something to do with it? As far as I don't know what Brendan's doing, or is it just craziness? Is it just people spoiled?
It could be. It could be a bit of both, but I mean, I could see that as much as people like to do the, don't read the Sun, and, now it's, don't read the Daily Record and everything.
Right.
It's hard to not see just the headline get flashed across your screen, or I'm sure, if you're, at a convenience store or whatever, wherever they're sold, like to see it on, the actual paper itself or something, and have, see the headline, get it in your head, let it fester or whatever, and once it's in there, and you can't not forget it. So I could see it being part of that, or people who actually read it. I don't know. I would hope people don't. But yeah, no, I could definitely see that, that being the case. And then people genuinely, for some reason, thinking that Brendan Rodgers has lost it. I mean, the more it's gone on, especially after last weekend, I just see that last year was an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
It was just perfect form in the right way of just all the pieces just fell together, and it was just a special thing.
You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. That is 100% true. You are 100% correct. It was an absolutely just crazy lucky season. It really was.
Right.
It really was.
And I think it's like, and I had this thought, and I think I'm pretty sure I said it on the show. I know I've put it on Twitter. When the season was ending, it's like, I don't want it to end because of how great of a year it was, and how great it felt, and the special feeling, and warm and fuzzies and everything, and the shared experience that I had with you guys and everyone else, and I didn't want it to end. And I think maybe that could be part of it too, that now, it's, I don't want to say business as usual, but it's a bit more of normalcy, and everyone's kind of just like, oh yeah, that bit last year is over, and it's just, the regular, we're still doing good, we're still doing pretty good, don't get me wrong, but it's just not that, fantastic, awesome time that it was anymore, and maybe just people miss that, and they want that, and are, nostalgic for just, 9 months ago. And so maybe people are upset about that. That could be it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever had this growing up or anything. I remember, the year I graduated high school, the summer I graduated high school, I knew, while it was happening, I'm like, this is going to be my best summer ever. Before everyone goes away to college and goes their separate ways and everything like that, all my friends going out of state everywhere and that kind of thing. And while it was happening, I'm like, this is going to be my best summer. And I'm like, I kind of draw that parallel to last year. It's while that was happening,
mm-hmm.
This is that special year. And not saying I won't ever have, never have another good year again, but just in terms of that, this is this special time.
It is. Why can't we just accept that it was a special year? I mean, are we in better shape? I mean, I know Alistair's listening. Alistair, you know where to find this stuff. You go find this for me. If you can find it for me, let me know. Where are we compared to where we were in Ronnie's last year? Now, granted, we're spending 20 million pounds more than we were in Ronnie's last year in wages. I get that, but where are we now compared to that point in time? I just think that this team, the team is good, and Rodgers is beginning to get his kids together. and he's beginning to get a major chunk of his flair players back. It's just a matter of getting it together and getting that team back on the field. So, I'm appreciative for what it was. I reserve the right to go ahead and do what we did at the beginning, right? I reserve the right to be accurate about the complaint, but not necessarily, but as long as it's not an overall assessment of whether or not it's fair or not. Did we have a bad game against Hearts? Yes. Did they kind of mail it in or whatever you want to say, or just caught off guard or a bad day? Yes. Does that mean the team sucks? No, that's an unfair assessment. Did they suck that day? Yes, that's true. Is it a fair assessment? No. So is it fair to look at this team now and say, "Oh my God, Rodgers is this"? No, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Is it true that they had an off day against St. Johnston? They just didn't get it done? Yes, it's true. Is it fair to say that they suck? No, it's not fair. And I think sometimes, what do you think, Ravi? You think sometimes it gets lost in 140 characters?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really express all that, in a quick tweet like that.
All right, so Alistair says we went into the split on par with Aberdeen our last year. I think we had a game where I don't know if we had a game here. We went and split, so we ended up winning the game by 6 or 8 points. So there you go. So we're 8 points ahead of that compared to 8 points ahead. So come on, man. Let's just crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm not shaking in my boots, but I'm still just like.
If I were Alistair, I'd be shaking my boots because I'm afraid of losing my balls. Anyway. Hey, listen. Let me ask you this. There was I don't know if you saw it. It was a let's get to know special on Celtic TV.
I wasn't there.
Did you see it?
Uh-huh.
It was during the game. It wasn't one of the special ones. It was actually aired during halftime of one of the games. And I saw it, and I was really, really, it was Craig Gordon.
Oh, yeah, I know him, our goalkeeper.
So I'm going to ask you this. Oh, Alistair's bringing out the statistics. You ready? The year we beat Barca, we lost 7 games in the SPFL. How about that? Whew. Anyway, man. All right. So some of the questions I want you to answer. I want you to answer these questions as if you were Craig Gordon and you were, and you were. I want you to be truthful. What you think Craig Gordon should answer the questions.
Okay. All right.
Is that fair?
Let me get the character.
Okay. I want you to get the character. Okay. So get your long arms in, the whole thing. I want you to answer this question. So these are the questions they asked. Okay. The first question was, if you were Craig Gordon, you would answer this question. Who inspires you was the first question. I think he said his kids inspired him.
Who gets inspired by their kids? I mean, what kind of...
I don't know.
I'd probably
parents. I think his parents maybe inspired him or something. It was crazy.
I'd say I'd pick like a favorite player probably. Let's say insert favorite player here, favorite goalie.
If I were him, who inspires me? If I said that, I'd have said Paddy McCourt. That's what I would have said. He said, if you were not a footballer, what would you be? What do you think Craig Gordon would be? A footballer.
Old-timey gas lamp lighter.
There you go. He's tall enough to do that, isn't
he? Yeah.
There you go. Okay, Craig, what was the last book you've read?
I'm trying to get something cheeky here.
last book you read? He's supposed to be the smart guy. Him and Stu Armstrong supposed to be the smart guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. So Armstrong said he was taking classes to be an attorney, but apparently they didn't give him.
I can see Armstrong.
Yeah. So last book you read, what if you went with Who Moved My Cheese? How to be able to change yourself over time, or knee rehab for dummies. I mean, that would be probably a good book for him, right? His favorite word.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. Sorry. My bad. If it was American, it'd be my bad. That's one word. My bad. Actually, for the way he kicks the ball, I think that if we could use a golf term, anyway, it'd be his favorite word. But he's Scottish, so his favorite word has to be cunt, doesn't
Yeah.
The last song he listened to. Well, if his first answer was Paddy McCourt, this one was Go Home British Soldier. Had to be. Oh, man. His footballing idol.
Paddy McCourt.
Paddy McCourt, exactly. Exactly. Or that or Neymar, one of the two. But, I mean, because Neymar owns his ass. The best thing about Celtic.
The Celtic TV staff.
Yes, the female TV presenters. Oh, man, that is so mean. That is so mean. So mean. His, let's see, his favorite movie.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Well, if Paddy McCourt was it, right? Wouldn't the movie, what would be a good movie? To figure that one out. I would say movie. I don't know. Anything for him. What would be a good movie? I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know what I would answer for that one. Probably the Paddy McCourt story that's on YouTube. I guess maybe that would be it. But
just Paddy highlight reels.
Yeah, Paddy highlight reels on YouTube. The Dairy Pele. Here you go. Annoying habit.
Forgetting to take your location service off on your iPhone.
I was thinking the same thing because the next question is out of control. Because I don't know if they did this to him on purpose, but the next question, what was the last lie you told? I swear to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Most annoying habit, forgetting to turn off my GPS on my phone. The last lie you told?
Wait, was that his real answer? I don't remember that.
Huh?
Was that his real answer for the...
No,
but
I'm saying, no, it wasn't. But I mean,
okay. I was just like, oh shit, I don't remember.
It was like, I don't know, biting his nails or picking his nose or something stupid or whatever.
Okay.
But the last lie you told, that was the next question. I'm sitting here watching this going, wait
Right.
a second, hold on. Annoying habit? Yeah, I forgot to turn off my GPS. Last lie I told, where the fuck I was when I was in Dubai.
Right.
The only thing I could think of was Bill Clinton. I'd not have sexual relations with that woman.
innocuous questions and everything, and I'm just like, I'm just waiting. I'm just like, please, favorite season, please, favorite season, please, please, please. Oh my god.
And then they ask him his favorite holiday destination. He says, "Oh." Alex just said his favorite song was "All Summer Long" by Kid Rock. His holiday destination? Duh, it's Dubai. Duh. Oh, man. And the last one was, Craig, what makes you angry? And I'm sure the answer is those fucking Smell the Glove guys making fun of my answers on Celtic TV. I'm sure it's that. Oh, Craig.
Oh, shit. I didn't. Now I think of it after Hours with Jack. It's just fucking favorite song, fucking in the summertime.
In the summertime.
Jerry.
Buck Jerry. Or My Sweet Summer Is Gone. That's my favorite from Dirty Heads. That's another good one, too. Here comes the summer. Oh, God. Rev.
And we wonder why we're banned.
Yeah, we are. You know what? I assume after this one, we will never get anyone to even talk to us ever again.
I wanted to ask Tony Hamilton, but I lost him on Saturday. Like, same thing. Like, he did the Q&A, and then I went downstairs to go get a drink, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna ask him what the deal is. Why are we banned? Yeah. And then, like,
did he
must
show
have. Like, I was
up to
gonna
the game?
Did
he show up to the game?
I'm sorry?
Did he show up to watch the game?
I'm pretty sure he watched the game.
Okay. At the Plow?
Yeah, he was coming and going. He was back and forth. So I don't know if he was like doing other stuff or hanging out, like, but he was popping his head in and out. But like he was doing the Q&A. Andrew Milne, however you say his name, he was hosting it, and then so they did it with Tony Hamilton, John Fallon, and then same thing. And Sean, I think he's one of the Philly boys. I know I met him before.
Sean Brennan?
No. Bigger guy. But I think he's from Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. But I know I've met him before, like, because I remembered him. I just don't remember, like, if he was actually from Philly or just comes to the fair. But anyway, so he's Brendan Rodgers' cousin.
Oh.
And
yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah. So I'm there, like, I'm at the bar, getting a drink, and Eddie Cantwell, and he's just like, "Oh, have you met Sean?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, he's Brendan Rodgers' cousin." I thought he was joking, so I started laughing, and he's like, no one else is laughing. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess that's not funny." And then, like, we do the Q&A like an hour later, and then, like, they start talking to him about, like, you know, Brendan Rodgers as a kid and shit. I'm like, "Oh shit, that wasn't a joke. That was serious." Okay. But yeah, so when they were doing the Q&A bit with the question and answer, like, you know, people can ask questions and stuff. Yeah, with Tony Hamilton, it kind of turned a little bit from, like, asking him stuff about, like, the Celtic Foundation and stuff to, like, why doesn't Celtic TV work? You know, and then Andrew just shut that down right quick, and it's just like, if you don't have any questions about, the foundation,
that's an interesting. Why him?
Yeah.
I don't even know who is he, by the way?
I didn't know either.
I don't know who is he? Is he? He did some podcast.
Yeah, I think it's apparently really popular. I've never heard it. It's based in over in Glasgow, I guess. I think it's like a TV show than just a podcast.
Really?
Because that went on, I guess, or online, or it's a podcast that has video like or something. So there was the game at 7:30 or whatever. Then after the game, we went over to the family memorial, and then did a little blessing and everything like that. This is the first year that I actually got to go because it's been like a 10 o'clock game, 3 o'clock kickoff. And they always did that before the game, and I never was able to get up in time. So I'm just like, all right, I'm actually here. I'll go, I'll be able to go this year. It's right around the block. So I went, and then right after that, I went back to my room to take a little nap and overslept and missed that, and then got lunch. And so I didn't come back to the plow until like 2 or 3, and that was already over. That was done by like 1 or something. And he interviewed like John Fallon, I think Tony Hamilton, at that point too. But yeah, like he's like Eddie was telling me like it's apparently like a really big deal. This was like the first time obviously like he really came to the US and did anything. Oh, he did he interviewed like Durham. Yeah, so like if I understand it correctly, like he travels to CSCs and does like kind of like away shows and stuff as well. But this is the first time he came here. So yeah, I've never heard of it, Celtic AM, but yeah, that's apparently like what he does. And cool. I don't know. But Eddie was just like, no, when it goes, I guess online, he said he was going to send me the link, or I'll just like take a peek. I'll try to find like an old episode or whatever just so I know what it is.
Used to be on HailHailMedia apparently.
Oh, okay.
So I guess because I'm searching it now, and cool.
But yeah, like it was just funny how that got squashed. A few people basically were. And no one was, being disrespectful or,
right.
being an ass or anything, but it was just like, right, just like, hey, what's up? And I guess it was because he basically said the same thing like 3-4 times, that they, and then like there are a couple other questions. I didn't hear the initial question because they weren't mic'd up, but it had something to do about, I guess with the team coming over. Maybe for like a game or something like that.
Right.
Because he was just talking about like how preseason is like they don't really get a break.
Right.
Yeah. They have to report back for preseason, Champions League, and qualifying and everything like that. So I'm guessing it was like something about like team hasn't played here and for a friendly and forever, and is that going to happen again? So.
And that got shut off too. Like you're not allowed to ask that question.
No, like he answered it. That was like one of the first questions, and Tony answered it. But like, I guess since his main focus was basically supposed to be about the foundation, yeah. And no one was really asking about that.
They bring you trophies over.
I don't know if anyone asked that.
No, did you see any?
Oh, did anyone? No, nothing was brought. From knowing what I've heard in the past, and this is really more of like a speculation-y kind of thing,
mm-hmm.
I think that they would have had to pay for it.
What? That's so crazy.
And this is, they would have had to pay, and this isn't anything official. This is things that I've heard from other people. To like pay for the a trophy to come and like pay for like insurance and stuff like that, and it's kind of a thing. And I don't know if that's the case anymore because this is things I was told, a few years ago. I think when Lenny was still manager actually, so I don't even know if that's still what the case is. So like John Fallon came, and I know that the club had to pay for that. Obviously, a player couldn't come, first team player because there was a game and everything. So that was about, not to like sound ungrateful or anything like that, because he was cool and he was a blast, but like that's about all we were able to get, and you know that's probably the best we can hope for.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting. Okay, cool.
At least at this point in the year. Maybe if something were to happen in the summer, that's a different story. But like, yeah, while the season's happening, you know. But yeah, that I don't want that to get misconstrued, because that sounds worse than I really mean it. But just in the, you know, while the season's happening and stuff like that, that's really, you know, what all you can hope for, I guess. But no, like, yeah, because you know, I had like Paul was saying, like, oh, you know, they couldn't watch the game at, you know, the Montreal CSC and everything. So I was going to be like, hey, you know, I'm being told by people online, and it's a regular occurrence. You know, Celtic TV has so many problems, and yeah, other people beat me to that question, and yeah, it got squashed before anyone could really even get there. But no, Tony legit seems like
he is a nice guy. He's a great guy. He is an absolute great guy. I have nothing but I have all day for him. I do. I think I think he's an absolute great guy. I've had I got a chance to meet him, and he was like the nicest guy on the face of the earth when we met him, and had time to go ahead and take a picture. And I met him at Dundee when we were last time I was there for Dundee away. Great guy. Mm-hmm. And I have all day for him. And I kind of understand hey, listen, you know, it's all about the foundation. He doesn't know anything about anything else. I get that. Not a problem with that.
Well, if he's the supporter liaison officer,
different story.
You know, I mean, okay, I know. Right.
I agree.
Like,
I agree 100%.
If he came from, you know, from the Celtic Foundation and everything, like, I get that, and if that's technically why he was there, okay, got it, but this is also his job too, you know, and so it's like, it's a little difficult when he wears multiple hats.
No, yeah.
You know, which Tony are we getting to talk to? Because I thought we were kind of talking to this Tony and
someone from the club,
you know,
Tony.
Right.
Yeah, that's you know what, that's an interesting point. Yeah, and you know, that's fine. That's fine. We listen. Us sitting here looking at this game right now, looking at the game of Celtic TV right now, it works. Tonight, last two games I've watched it. It's worked absolutely perfectly, and I'll be totally out there up front saying it worked absolutely perfectly. Thank you very much for making it work. There you go. Thank you. There are times when it doesn't, and for some people it doesn't, and for whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't. So whatever. But you know what? I'll be supportive of them when they do their job, and you know, critical when they don't. And maybe, you know what, though?
The one thing.
What'd you say, Brad?
No, go ahead. It was the advocate.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was maybe our commentary is the same process. Maybe it's true that one day sucked, but maybe the overall assessment of the total product is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
That may be the case at times.
That's a good point.
That may be the case at times. And you know what? And I'm not infallible. And there are times when, you know, when we all take things, you know, to the point where we're really, really irritated with things. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I just want people to be, you know, I just want, you know, if I do a bad job, I want people to be honest with me. And
right.
You know, other times I want people to be honest with me back. So, you know, I'm down with it.
Well, kind of the point that I was hoping to do with that when I talked to him, you know, if I got the chance to, was to be like, you know, because there's that disconnect online, you know, I wanted to make it be less threatening sounding, I guess, to be like, hey, not really mad, you know, not attacking you, the person, you know, don't want it to seem like, you know, come to get you, you know what I mean? It's just like, we get it. You know, you are a person, and not, you know, not being mean or rude or nasty to you at all. and yeah, it's not even technically your department. It's just you're that middleman, the kind of gatekeeper, if you will, to the bit beyond you. So I just wanted to be like, it's not you. It's just it has to go through you in a way. So just don't take it personal, but do want to, let you know. That's all.
And you know what?
Right.
I guarantee you he knows.
Right.
I guarantee he knows. The question is how much.
Like in that. Right. In that kind of bit of that drunken genius. I was just like, I have an idea. I'll speak for all Americans. All Celtic American fans that on Twitter who fucking blast him. I'll be the voice to say no, don't take it personal. But no, I was standing next to him for a split second at the bar, and he had his cell phone open, and he's got like the cell phone wallet, with like the little slots and stuff. And I just thought it was funny because in one of the slots it looked like he had his Celtic season ticket. And I'm just like, I'm like, I think that's what it was. It was like white card, sticking out, and it had like the crest on it. And I'm just like, I'm like, you have a season ticket? Like I would assume that it's, you have like a pass or badge or, whatever, field pass type thing, that you would get from the club officially, but whatever. And two, it's like, why did you bring that here? What if you lost your phone? Like that would suck so much if you, lost your season ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was really funny to see. Like I just looked over and I'm just like, oh my God, that's insane. Why would you? I would never, like, when I've had my season ticket for MLS, I'm just like, that never left my house unless I was going to a game. I found that really odd.
Oh man, that's good stuff, man. Oh, Rev. So here we are with Zenit coming up.
I have no idea what to expect.
I don't know either, man. I don't know either. I have no idea.
This is away, right?
No, it's home. First one is home.
This one's home? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. DeVries? Tierney?
Yeah.
Jozo?
Tierney. Yeah, Jozo.
Ayer? I guess, right?
I guess so.
And
do you think he gets? Or no, Baton's injured, or is he?
Yeah, I think Baton is injured. Yeah.
I was gonna say, did Rogers get go a little old school, early Champions League qualifying and throw?
I don't know.
Get him in there, but no, yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you go with Ralston? By the way, Ralston played his first game back.
Oh, with like the under 23s, right?
Yeah, with the academy team, or 23s, whatever.
Or yeah, whatever. I guess Ayer first, and then Hendry. Like whoever's fit. I guess Ayer would be first
Henry
pick.
Or Ayer? That's the question.
I'm sorry?
Henry or Ayer? Hendry or Ayer?
Oh, yeah, I guess Ayer.
God damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then Lustig, who looked like he got shot today. That tackle was ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Holy shit, was that tackle?
Yeah, no, I was...
Studs right in the knee.
I was
broke the skin. Oof. Not a red
That was-
card.
that was
Not
fucked
even
up,
a
right?
card. Not even a card. That was right into his knee. I thought I when I first saw that, I was like, "There's no way he's getting up for that."
Right.
Oof, man.
everyone's opinion seemed to go one extreme or the other. It was either, yeah, straight red, goodbye, see you later, or give Lustig an Academy Award for acting because so there's no in between with that, which I thought that was it. Like he was shot, he was dead, right there, bury him. But then he sprung up and it was all right. So I don't know. But the season like kind of flashed before my eyes a little bit there because I'm just like, what do we do if we lose him? We're kind of fucked. I mean, I guess you would play Gamboa. No, whatever. It's not a problem. All right, let me ask you this. Let me sidetrack for a little bit. If Boyata was healthy, you'd play Boyata?
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would. In front of Iyer, yeah. Those two together, I would. But, that's man, I'll tell you, do you go with Brown and Kawasi? With Encham in the hole? Or is Rogic fit by then? If he's on the bench, that means he can play. But do you put Encham and then I go into this game not knowing a damn thing about what we're going to do with these guys. Because I got to write this shit out. Hold on, wait a second. You got Doris. I have on my right back. I guess you go with Lustig.
Yeah.
Jozo, Iyer, KT, Brown, Kawasi.
Yeah.
Encham. And then I got three up front, right? So I have Dembele, Sinclair, and Forrest. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, I'm sorry, Encham and Masanda? Oh, man. So you playing a box four in the middle with Sinclair and Forrest going up and down the wings? Ooh. And this game's important, by the way. We need at least a draw. And I don't mean to get past this. Have you seen the projections? We're the only for next year's Champions League to the Champions League.
Yeah.
We're the only team still can get points. A draw will put us into a seeded position. A win puts us like in number 2 and number 3 spot. We lose both these games.
And that means what? We
lose both these games and we're unseeded. We can play any one of those top teams, like Red Bull or any of those teams. AOPK.
Yeah.
APOK. Right, from Greece.
Right.
Woo, man. I don't know if I like that team. I mean, but where are we going? There's nowhere to go, right?
Not really. I mean, maybe
McGregor?
your only hope.
You play McGregor instead of Masanda, and hope Masanda comes off the bench in the 60 or 70 minute if we need something.
Well, I was gonna say, do that, but with Rogic.
Well, I think Rogic for Encham, or do you go? See, if you the only question in these two I have would be Masanda or McGregor, and then at 60, depending on what we need, Kawasi for Rogic, and then move Encham back and put Rogic up front in that hole with McGregor and Masanda. And
at least it's a home game. So, I mean, sure. maybe we can sneak something.
Go ahead, Rev. Talk me into the next thing I'm going to ask you is give me some type of prediction. So I'm going to have you try and convince me that we're not going to lose this game.
Aren't they not playing right now? They're done, right?
Yes. They haven't started.
That's really...
They've started.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Like the only positive.
Talk to me, Goose. Help me out. Give me the heart. From the heart. Tell me from the heart why you think we'll do something better than we'll get something from this.
Well, that's really it. Russian season isn't playing right now.
That's it. That's the best you got. The best you got from me is they're not playing yet. Oh my gosh, Rev. Oh shit, Rev. I don't want to say this, but
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go with that. Unprepared podcast. Bit. I don't know shit about Russian teams. I was gonna try to check them out a little bit, but obviously I just have this mindset of, these, rough and tumble Russians just barreling through little Charlie and Wee James, and fouling the living shit out of KT and, yeah. Then Bruni trying to stand up for everybody, and then him getting a yellow card. And
we did. And by the way, we didn't even talk about the most interesting comment.
Which?
Levine and Bruni. You can get about that one.
Oh yeah.
And then Brendan using the famous word that we all hear all the time. Levine's a little obsessed with Brownie, don't you think?
Yeah, that was nice.
Anyway, all right, man. So give me a prediction. Come on.
I'll go 1-1 and no, fuck it. I'll go 2-1. I'll say they get too rough, and we get a penalty. We get a sneaky, cheeky goal. Sinclair scores, and we get a penalty too, but they also get some gift of a goal. So yeah, I'll say 2-1.
I gotta say that's the best thing I got, man. We need a gift. This team does not instill all kinds. I mean, we're just too injured. And you can't, and it's sad because I don't think the window was all that bad, considering what we need to accomplish. The only difference is we didn't expect to have all these injuries.
Right.
Especially, I mean,
obviously, I feel better if Gordon wasn't out. Yeah. Obviously,
Boyata and Jozo, okay, exactly.
Right. Just a little something else. They're saying Boyata's iffy for, the second leg. Hopefully Rogic will be better. Maybe he might be able to start the second leg. No one else I think is good to go by then. Patty and Armstrong, they're not good till the end of the month. That's about that for them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man. All right, Ref. I'm gonna go. What'd you say? You said 2-1. Was that the heart or the wallet?
2-1.
Which one you betting with? 2-1 Celtics.
That's the heart.
2-1 to the good team, to the good guys. Is that the heart or the wallet?
Yeah. That's the heart.
What does the wallet say?
I don't want to say it on air. I'm always gonna speak with the heart when I give my weekly podcast predictions.
Yes. Yes, with the heart. Exactly. I gotta say, my heart says a 1-1. My wallet. Fuck, man. My wallet says I can't. I'm never gonna bet on them to lose. So my wallet says 1-1 too. How about that?
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm only putting a pound on this bet. I'm not betting the ranch.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I would never bet on them to lose, so I just wouldn't bet.
Just wouldn't bet. Exactly. Oh, Rev. So we next game's Thursday. That's what we got, and then after that, we get a chance at St. Johnson at home on Sunday. So now we're into Sunday games. As long as we're in the Europa League, so it's 2 Sundays in a row. We got games, and then we see what happens from there. So overall, Rev, good talking. It's been a month.
Sure.
We got to do this. We got to do this soon again. So hopefully, we can do this next week. Or I'll be home on Thursday and Friday, so we can do this Thursday or Friday before we all bolt out of here and see what we can. Hopefully, we'll have a reason to do a show Thursday night. How about that?
Yeah.
A good reason.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, Bubba. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, actually, just a quick.
Some shout outs.
Posit. So, since now we're coming to the second half of the season, and I know, Celtic loves to do their sales and stuff, I still haven't gotten an away jersey yet, and I'm waiting for them to do, like they usually do, like whatever, free shipping or printing or whatever the fuck. So, and I'm at the point now, so I'm like, I never got a Patty jersey. I only got one jersey from this year.
Listen,
jersey.
Let me ask you this: the story of City looking to go ahead and package him in some money to get Riyad Mahrez. Does that worry you?
I mean, well, even before that, I didn't know. Like, once he got injured, I wasn't sure if he was going to stay, period. So, I was thinking, like, do I just say, fuck it, and just do it? Just get a Patty jersey? But, like, he hasn't played since November, but maybe he'll come back and have a strong, second half of the season.
You can get a number 7, and then even if you on the back. Hey, listen, he scored more goals than Patty has in the last 2 weeks. He scored a goal from Motherwell last week.
Yeah.
Apparently. That was the first goal he scored in almost 2 years. Let that sink in for a second. We paid over $1.5 million for the guy. Oh. Hey.
Yeah, I'm like, or do I go with somebody else? I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm like, do I go with, I'm like, my second choice would have been Lustig, but I'm just like, he hasn't been having that great of a season this year. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know where I am. Like, do I just, pull the trigger?
Listen,
and say,
at
fuck
this
it,
point in time, there are 2 numbers that you're pretty safe with. That your 3 numbers you're pretty safe with. Forrest, Brown, and KT. Those 3 numbers right there, you're pretty safe without going anywhere for a little while.
Well, I got a Bruni jersey from a couple years ago.
There you go. You have a Forrest jersey.
He's done and dusted. Don't have a Forrest jersey.
Actually,
that might not.
Yeah, is that fair? Like, how come we don't have a song for him?
It's a good point.
Doesn't he deserve a little love?
He deserves
a little love. He's a very, very underappreciated. If you were to tell me who do you think the most underappreciated players are that you've seen in the last 5 years, is there anyone that would come close to James Forrest? Man, that's a tough
No, I guess not.
And no love. Come on, Green Brigade, step it up. Let's get a song for Forrest. We should start our hashtag.
I mean,
sing for Wee Jamesy.
Roger obviously gets the love. I mean, he had, even before the the Cup final goal, he was definitely,
Yeah.
He's
loved.
a favorite.
Yes.
McGregor,
Yeah. But I mean, big.
There's no.
Guy. So
there's no in between on Forrest.
No,
I guess
actually
it's
it's
either
all in between. Yeah. Yes, I agree with you. There's no. It's like love him or hate him. That's totally true. Now, granted, he's not as polarizing as Samaras was. But
yeah.
But God, he deserves some love. I think he deserves some love. I think he's really turned his game around. But anyway, so what else you got? Anything else you want to say before you go?
No, I guess that's it. I'll do the Bucky Arlaw for Chris. A shame he wasn't there last weekend because there were so many bottles. Oh my God,
he would have
been in heaven.
Oh my gosh, I'm just happy to see Rick Roberts alive and well.
It was good to see him. It really was.
Yeah, really good. I'm glad he's doing really well. Sean Brennan had some pictures, some of them that he didn't remember he was in, which is par for the course. Good to see that. Good to see that. I'm happy to see that.
I remember seeing that like live. I'm just like, does he know what's going on right now? I don't know.
I can hear it now. Right out of Top Gun. Right out of Top Gun. And when at the very beginning of the movie when Maverick pulls up next to the other guy because he almost he freaks out. Yeah, anyone see a aircraft carrier around here? Come on, let's go ahead and land that plane. Someone needs to help him. It's autopilot. Someone needs to help Maverick. Help him land that plane. Someone's on autopilot, and that's been there, done that, especially in Philadelphia. So,
yep.
But anyway, so Rev, let's hope for and Rab says. Says 1-0 fly Celtic fly. He's still in his pro Philly thing. Yes. And he says 1-0 Celtic. Dear God, I hope so, man. They just pounded who they beat the other day. They beat someone 5-0 in a granted it was a friendly, but who was the
Zenit, you mean?
Yeah, Zenit beat someone 5-0 friendly the other day. It was someone who was in the Champions League. They just pounded someone the other day, but so they've been winning everything on their preseason tour. So hopefully that means nothing. Usually doesn't, right? Usually you win all your preseason games, you suck in the regular season. So let's hope. Let's hope it's steady as she goes, as the song started out with. Then we'll go from there. All right, buddy.
Was it Maribor?
No, it wasn't Maribor. It was
no.
It wasn't Midland. It was.
I just tried to Google real quick. That's the last thing that popped up for them.
Yeah, I forget who they played. I have to check it out. But anyway, so all right, man, I'm out. Time to go take care of some stuff. It's been a long day, up since 7:30 this morning. Now it's 3:00 in the afternoon. Oh, it's almost time for a little Spanish football, so we can make fun of some people and watch a bunch of diving. Since you talked about diving, let's watch some Spanish diving. Anyway.
Yeah, there's some professional divers.
It is. Some professional divers. Exactly. And the Olympics. There you go. We got that on, too, also. So, and then we'll see what the rest of the draw it comes up with tomorrow. All right, Bubba. I'm out. I'm pulling the record. Hail, hail. Hail, everyone. Thanks for being with us. Rev, take care. Paul, Chris, miss you guys. Yeah. Chucky Arlaw, or Bucky Arlaw for Chris, right? All right, boys. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you next week.